Chris, it's wonderful to have you on Floor Talk. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. What a thrill. It's my first time.
You just rang the opening bell. An exciting moment to be ringing the bell celebrating the 30th anniversary of the foundation.
I know it was. I mean, I have been chairwoman of this USTA Foundation for about 5 years now. It's really a great opportunity to give to these kids, these underserved kids who don't normally have the opportunities. We have a lot of after-school programs. We have 250 after-school programs around the country. And we had about 150,000 kids come through our program this year. And it's basically after school. It's basically all about combining tennis and education, which is a powerful combination for an after-school program to keep the kids safe, they always have a safe haven to go to after school. It's to provide the mentoring, it's to provide life skills. And, I think it's needed. Idle time is not good time for kids. So this is what we're trying to help.
Now, Chris, you've been engaged with the USTA Foundation for many years. What are you most proud of?
I think I'm proud of that the numbers are increasing each year. We're getting to help more and more kids. And, especially the adolescents, it's a very tough age where you don't know what you want to do and you have a lot of free time and there are a lot of temptations and there's social media. And this gives the kids a direction. This gives the kids are interested, they're involved, they're engaged in these after-school programs. And again, with the tutoring, we do teach them tennis as well, because as we've known with statistics, playing tennis enhances your lifespan 10 years, which I don't know if you knew that or not. But we do teach them tennis, and we just give them the tools to figure out the challenges and the problems that they may face later on in life. So I like the mentoring part of it. If you're to ask me to narrow it down to one thing, I like the mentoring part of it, because I think we're lacking in mentorship, and these kids are getting it.
Why is it so important to you to make tennis accessible to today's youth?
I was brought up in the public park system. I wasn't brought up in country clubs. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. And my dad was a teaching pro, and he gave us that opportunity to go to the public parks. And it's really interesting because one day I asked him, after I was ranked #1 in the world, he taught all 5 of our kids in our family. And I asked him, why did you teach us tennis? Why did you want us to be involved in tennis? And instead of, I wanted you to see the world or, make a good living, or he said, to keep you kids off the streets. It was a very blunt answer. And I didn't like it at that time. But as I became a parent and I had kids, I realized that idle time is not good time, and you've got to keep your kids engaged after school. So that's why we're trying to buffer these programs with the mentorship and with teaching skills and with life lessons. And, we're trying to give them a safe place to go to.
Chris, you are a 6-time U.S. Open champion.
Yep.
Serena Williams has also tied that.
Yes.
But how do you view the legacy you've left at the U.S. Open?
Well, first of all, I always got fired up and motivated and inspired because it was the American crowd, the New York crowd. That really helps spur on American players. If I were to look at my legacy now and I were to say one thing I'm most proud of, it's bringing young girls into the sport. Because at the time in the early 70s, it wasn't really the in thing to do to become a woman athlete. It wasn't. Girls are dreamt about being models or actresses, but not an athlete where you sweat on the court and you have to be tough and you have to have muscles and you have to, that just wasn't the in thing at the time. So I think when I came along at 15 and 16, I think young girls saw that, hey, this is bad. And, she's wearing earrings and, she still has nail polish on, and you can be feminine and you can be a tough athlete and you can be a competitor. And I think, so bringing along other young teenagers, I think that is what I'm most proud of.
Well, an amazing legacy that you have.
Thank
Chris,
you.
It's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk today.
Okay. Thank you. It was a thrill. Thank you very much.